Here at home, Governor Cuomo ordered flags to fly at half-staff tomorrow on the second anniversary of Superstorm Sandy. The governor also asked for a moment of silence in memory of the 61 lives lost. The storm damaged or destroyed more than 300,000 homes in New York alone. And in Lower Manhattan, for many small business owners, it has been a long road to reopening. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor went to check out the progress at South Street Seaport.
So the mark's still here 2 years later. It's the white that's along here. Hard to imagine. It was all water.
Marco Passanella decided to leave the watermark up as a reminder of the historical flooding that ravaged his shop.
10,000 bottles were floating the day after Sandy, and luckily, only a couple of them broke.
Passanella and Son Vintners is located directly across the East River, and when the river breached its bank, the water poured in fast.
The drywall was wet up to the grates here. I had all of our clothing hanging on the pipes, and they were soaking wet.
Amanda Zink, owner of Salty Paw around the corner, prominently displays photos of the damage in the store's front window.
Lost everything, had no flood insurance. Took a year for us to rebuild.
Which is almost like basically 6 feet.
Bar Baloo on Front Street was underwater too and also took a year to reopen.
This was a ghost town.
All three businesses located on South Street, Peckslip, and Front Street are part of a merchants alliance formed in the wake of Sandy called Old Seaport, New York.
We felt standing together, shoulder to shoulder would be much more of an impact.
Though some qualified for small loans and grants, they were mostly on their own.
But really, it's out of this pocket.
None of us have really seen the Sandy aid grant package yet. It's starting to filter in.
Everywhere you look, signs of progress. Stores, bars, restaurants have reopened, but the area is not at 100% yet.
I would say we're probably 75 to 80% back. There's a couple of restaurants that are still working through the politics of loans and grants.
Pier 17 is being demolished.
Pier 17 at South Street Seaport is set for a major redevelopment. Next to Passanella's shop remains the vacant fish market and the vacant buildings next to those, which haven't helped drive any foot traffic.
For example, the 3 buildings on the corner were all slated to be redeveloped just before Sandy. And then the developer got cold feet afterwards and ended up selling the building to somebody else.
So this would have been redeveloped
all
had
of
Sandy
this
not hit?
Yeah, which would have changed the character of the neighborhood.
2 long years later, and the fear and vulnerability are still there.
I kind of feel a little bit like I have a serious disease, and people keep asking me, like, are you okay? And I'm okay, but I'm not cured. I'm still getting better, and we're going to get there. But it's not like it's all totally behind us.
Not totally behind them, but further in the distance. At South Street Seaport, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.
It does take some time. Several other businesses are set to reopen in the coming months.